I'm very thankful for it. I felt my heart this morning already.
Yep.
Sometimes it just don't take much to give me that little nourishment that I need so bad. I'm so weak without. I've enjoyed the songs that we've sung. Enjoyed what Shad had to say. The prayer that we've had. And I just would love to be able to keep that spirit. Just keep it and hold on to it. There's so much distraction in this world. And there's so much unbelief in this world. There's so much foolishness that gets crowded into their churches. And it just helps this world to laugh at us. All these things do. And that's worrisome. God is very simple. He's very easy to serve. Don't need a whole lot in this world to do it. But you just pray for me just for a minute of time. Just like the song that we sang, I believe. We understand, we know and we understand that salvation is a gift of God. That you don't perform a work to earn this salvation. We understand that it's the free gift of God. But Jesus said, seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. You know, that song says that you were singing, I believe. That's an action. Belief is a noun. But to believe is action. And Abraham, did you know that Abraham, and with all of those great works that he had, all the things that he did, he left his homeland and went into a strange country. He was willing to sacrifice his child to God. And with all that obedience that he had and all the natural things that he put in place and the motions that he went through, the Bible says, it never says because you made a sacrifice, you're righteous. The Bible never said because you traveled, it made you righteous. But the Bible says Abraham believed God, and it was counted unto him for righteousness. Out of all the things that he did, the one thing that counted unto him for righteousness, he could have done by laying on his bed at night in his tent.
Yeah.
He could have done this while he was out hoeing in the garden. Just like when we're at work. Because Abraham believed God, it was counted unto him for righteousness. And how wonderful is that? That that's what it takes. In this world, I'm afraid that this world here, you just pray. I'm very hoarse this morning. I don't know why. Guess you have been keeping me outside too late at night. We was out after dark last night looking for spiders with the kids. For this world here, it seems like that it wants to prop everything up with all the pretties of the world. That they want everything. They want to build the altar. maybe that Abraham built for his son to sacrifice him. They want to build the temple that Solomon built and decorate it so pretty and make it grander than anything in this world here. Listen, they want to go through all these motions sometimes. But the Bible said that there's only one foundation, listen, that we can build on. Why? For other foundation can no man lay today, people, and then that which is already laid, which is Jesus Christ today. You must pray just for a minute of time. And Paul wrote when he was writing to the church at Corinthians there, and they was struggling, they was dying spiritually there in that little church. Listen, and they was trying to justify everything. Why? The motions that they was going through with Paul and with them. But listen, Paul said, he put it like this to him there. He said, let no man deceive himself. He didn't say, Brother Brandon, don't try to deceive me. He said, don't try to deceive yourself. People, that's where it starts at today. There's only one foundation. It's not in a church building. It's not in the ceremonies that we go through. But listen, if any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world here, listen, he said, let him become a fool. Our people today, oh God, my Lord, listen, he said upon Jesus, for the wisdom of this world, listen, is foolishness with God. You can't reason this thing out. How can you reason love in your heart? How can you reason the way you feel about your family? How can you reason and explain and write out the formula, listen, for how you feel about your children and grandchildren? It don't make sense today. Lord, I'm afraid that this world here, they're still looking for something they can hold on to with their eyes. They're still looking for a banner they can wave. I read it like this here, a long time ago. A long time ago, when God's people, listen, they had an old prophet, and his name was Samuel. Listen, before, when Samuel was young, listen, they had the prophet before him, that was training Samuel, and his name was Eli. Listen, and Eli, listen, he tried to counsel him a little bit, but God's people, they were scattered out, and they were serving whoever they wanted to serve. God. And Eli had a couple of sons that were supposed to be priests, and you know what? They were the ringleaders of not believing. They were just taking advantage of being priests there, and they was getting gain from that, and they was doing all sorts of evil. And the Bible says that one time the Philistines came up there, came to battle with Israel there. And they said Israel went out to fight there, and the Philistines beat them pretty bad. Whoa! And they was pretty confident there. Why they put Israel to fight there. And Israel, listen, you got to understand, Israel had not been serving God. They've been buried in sin. Listen, they turned their backs on God, and they said, why do you think God, listen, let us get beaten in battle today? And they said, we got a plan. Let's go up there to the temple. Let's get the ark of God. The box that's got, listen, the tablets in there, and all those things. And let's bring it down to our camp, and we'll take that into battle with us. And we'll take God with us in the battle. I guess they thought, and God was living in that box there. And they said, when Eli's boys, Phinehas and Hophni, brought the ark down to the battle, and they said Israel gave a great shout, and now God is with us. And the Philistines, they heard it, and they said, what's going on over there? And they said, the ark of God is down there. And they said, what are we going to do? And their leaders told them, stand up and be men. We're going into battle there. And you know what? And the Philistines, they went out to fight Israel there. And the Bible says that Israel was smitten again before them, and they captured the ark of God, and they took it home with them there. Oh God. And now the story gets good for me. This is one of my favorite stories in the Bible. And it said the Philistines, they had a god that they served. Dagon was his name. He was half fish and half man. And they had him set up. They had him a temple set up. And they had him in his tent there. And they worshipped him. And they brought the ark of God. And you know why? They had to be thinking. And when they captured that ark, Israel said that God was in that ark. And now we've captured their God here. And look how strong we are here. Look how strong Dagon is. And they said, and they brought the ark in, and they set it down in the tent with Dagon, as if they was making a sacrifice, an offering to Dagon there. And when they come out there the next morning, old Dagon was laying on the ground in front of the ark there. Listen, God can make an old stone lay down and worship him if he chooses to. And you better believe he can get your attention. Jesus told them if these held their peace, the very rocks would cry out, listen, and praise him. People, aren't you better than a rock? Don't you have something to praise him for? If even old Dagon can lay down, listen, in front of my Lord, you better be thinking about that. And the Bible says that they thought it was just chance that it happened. And they stood old Dagon back up, listen, and left the ark in there because Dagon owned that ark now. And they said the next morning they came in there and Dagon was down again, but somebody cut off his head and somebody cut his hands off. And you know what? They barely had time to recognized that their God was cut all to pieces, and a sickness came through the land, and all their great soldiers came down ill and had tumors all over them. And you know what? God must have snuck out of his box there, listen, and got out amongst their camp there. God, people, today, that's my King. Look how powerful that he is today. I know that, and this world's making fun of us right now. Shad, I saw that on the debate like you did. That question, they just made fun of God there. But you know what? So did those Philistines. I'm telling you today, people, that my Lord, he won't be mocked. He holds all power, people. And you know what? You would think those Philistines, listen, God smote them there until they sent that ark away. And you know what? The first town that the ark went to, it was the town of Israel. But guess what? They said, hey, the ark's come back, and they was curious, and they looked inside there, and 50,000 of them fell that day. And they said, what are we going to do? Who can stand before this God here? Listen, I'm telling you, you know what? I don't want to stand before God. I want to bow down, as low as I can get, and say, Lord, here I am. A sinner, lift me up, Lord. And I think about that, our pitiful little prayer list here. How sad that it is. God, so many people we put on here to remember the families because somebody's left. Listen, but let's remember everybody before they leave here. That maybe we can touch them. Maybe when they leave this world here, it'll just be, I'm going over home. God, I'm glad that I'm serving the one. Listen, when he works, no one can stand in his way. Listen, when my Lord, when he hears one of his children cry, and he reaches down, you better not get between God and one of his little babies. That's the kind of God I serve today. And I know I think about that little 21-year-old girl. No doubt I thought she had her whole life in front of her. Her little husband there, only been married 2 weeks. My Lord, I'm just glad of this. I'm glad he don't make a mistake. If he called her home, there was a reason for it. When my Lord moves, you better believe it's the right thing to do today. And someday, I can't wait sometimes. There's so much trouble. Sometimes I can't wait to hear my name called. Listen, you talk about, I'll shed this body. Listen, faster than you believe when he calls my name. And you know what's going to stay here? The worry's going to stay. The tears are going to stay here. I'm going home today. Listen, when he calls my name, I'm going home. And you know what? They can laugh, they can mock all they want to. I don't care. I'm listening because I believe in Him. And I believe with all my heart that I found that foundation. And I found it with tears and sorrow when I came down to it. Now listen. The devil can only drive us down to our knees. And when we hit that foundation, I heard an old brother preach one time. He was an old coal miner. And he likened it like this. He was mining coal when they were using picks and shovels. And he said that when he began seeking God, that he started digging. Said he started digging and digging a hole, looking for that foundation. He said, and I've dug many a hole in the rock for a living. He says, but I'm telling you what, he said, when my pick hit that foundation, the sparks flew.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said, when I hit the foundation of Jesus with that pick, he said, the sparks flew all over me and just burned his heart clean. Yeah. I'm going to give way, and Brandon, you come. I want you to come and close it out.